Good morning, everyone. So, in today's video in Training Talk, we are talking about how to install Linux Ubuntu in VMware Workstation 15. So, let's go and see how to do this installation. So, I'm switching my screen to my VMware machine. So, as you can see, this is my VMware Workstation Pro 16 version. To install Linux Ubuntu, you need to have Linux Ubuntu ISO. Now, if some people are wondering where to get the Linux ISO Ubuntu, I can show you the place in Google. You just go and Google about Linux Ubuntu, download, and that will take you to the first link, which is https ubuntu.com. So Linux being an open source, you don't have to pay any cost for licensing. You can directly download from Ubuntu website and accept all of these cookies and all these settings. And then in Ubuntu desktop homepage, I can simply click on Ubuntu desktop homepage, download Ubuntu. So the latest version of Ubuntu is here. So if I click on download Ubuntu, that's the one, Ubuntu 22.04 LTS. This version of Ubuntu is for desktop PCs and laptops, as you can read the description, and you can download from here, right? So the requirement for the system, the basic minimum requirements to install Ubuntu operating system is 2 gigahertz dual core processor or better than that. These are the minimum requirements, guys. Minimum doesn't mean that you have to stick to them. That's the bare minimum, but the better, if you have the higher um, configurations, it's always better. 4 gigabytes of system memory, 25 gigabytes of free hard drive, internet access should be there. And you should have either a DVD drive or a USB port for the installation media. All right, so you can click on download and you can download this. I already have it downloaded in my system, so I'm not doing it again. So I shall close this. And I'm going back to my VMware. And on my VMware, I have to install a new machine. So I click on File option. You can see a lot of machines are already installed. So let's do one more for this demonstration. So I'll go to File, New Virtual Machine. And that should open this new virtual machine wizard. So don't go for typical. If it is typical, move to custom. Click on next. Click on next. And here I'm going to I'm not going to browse the operating system ISO right away from here. Rather, I would say I will install the operating system later. Go next. Click on Linux option for the operating system. Now it says guest operating system because all the operating systems that we install in a VMware machine are guest operating systems. The host machine is your laptop or your desktop on which you have VMware installed. So I'll go for Ubuntu 64-bit. Go next. You can let it remain like this, or you can change it to Ubuntu. Click next. Now this location is usually a default location which your system selects to keep your virtual machines. You don't have to change anything here. Go next. And if it gives you some kind of an error, just go browse. And I'll go to my PC, documents, virtual machines, and click OK. Because it was earlier taking the location to OneDrive, so I just removed OneDrive location and put it on my local machine in the documents folder in another subfolder, virtual machines, where all my virtual machines are. And click on next. We need to have only one processor And a 2 core is a good idea to speed up the processing. Go next. Looks for 4 GB, but you can actually do with 2 GB as well. It doesn't, really need a lot of memory. That's the one of the advantages of having Linux, that you really don't need a whole lot of RAM. And then we'll go next. We'll keep going next for all the recommended options. You don't have to change anything. It's only looking for a 20 GB, which is good. And I can say store virtual disk as a single file because it's a very small file. I don't want it to be split into multiple files on my system. So let it be as a single file stored in one location. Go next. And that would create a VMDK, which means a virtual machine, virtual hard disk. Go next and finish. All right. So once this is done, we'll go to edit virtual machine settings. Click on the CD DVD setup. Click on use ISO image file. Click on browse. And I'm going to the app drive in my system where I have all the Linux and ISOs for Windows and pretty much all the content. I'm going to use Linux ISOs. And I have a Linux Mint here. So Ubuntu and Linux Mint are pretty much, there's not much difference in it. So I'll just go for Linux Mint. And if you have Ubuntu, you can go for Ubuntu. The installation is pretty much the same. Go next. Okay. And now power on your virtual machine. Okay, so you have to wait here a bit. In 7 seconds, it's going to automatically boot. And let this cursor blink. Okay, so this brings up the desktop screen of Linux Mint, but as you can see, we still have to install Linux Mint, as you can see here. Let me do one thing. Let me make some changes. I'm clicking on the menu bar and making a free stretch so that we can see a little better. And now install Linux Mint. Click on this CD disk icon, double click on it. And now I'm starting the installation. So English language is selected, continue. And as for the keyboard layout, the keyboard English US is good to go. You don't have to make any changes unless until you want to make any changes. Third-party software for graphics and Wi-Fi, at the moment, I'm not doing it. So I'll just continue without it. And now in this place where it says installation type, you have to be very, particular about not going ahead without erasing the disk. Now you will be thinking why it is to be done, because we have to create logical volumes on the disk so that we can install the operating system on it. So this option has to work with. So click on install now option. Now this will ask you to say that the disk has been partitioned and there is a formatting going on with an LVM creation, which is all good. So you say okay. And it will take you to this region and time settings. So just choose your region, whatever region you are in. So I'm going for Edmonton time, Canada, because we are in Edmonton, Calgary. That's one and the same region, same time. Continue. And now you have to put your name. So I'm putting admin and password. So it won't let you move without a password. It's not optional. It's compulsory to create a password. Now it says admin cannot be used because admin is reserved by the system. It's a keyword which only the system can use. That's another thing in Linux. So I can give it a generic name. So let me say training, and that should work. And now it started installing all the files by copying the files. If I click on this little icon, you can see the progress of all the files which are getting copied. So Linux also tells us what all features and services are available. So Netflix, YouTube, Firefox, these are some of the web services. So Firefox is basically the web browser for Linux desktop systems. And then Netflix and YouTube are the two apps that you can use on your Linux machines. So this will take a bit of time. So let me have to wait here and wait till all the files are copied for the installation. And Spotify and Rhythmbox are some of the music and podcast programs available, online radios. So all these features and apps are within the operating system. During the installation, everything is installed. That's one of the other things which you get in Linux without paying any subscription or any licensing fee, which is another nice thing about it. Okay. So you'll be waiting a bit till these files are copied, and we move on to the next step. All right, so as you can see, the installation has finished. So we'll restart our machine now. So I just pressed the enter key, and now it's putting in Linux Mint from the hard disk and asking for password for my admin account, which was training. You can create an account in your own name. And here we are, installed the Linux operating system and logged in into the operating system. So I'll just show you some of the places here on the main desktop. You have the start button here, just like Windows. You can see a whole lot of your apps. You can, just go to my computer, for example. You have the file system, documents, download, pictures, videos, all those folders, like the way you see in Windows. And the only stuff which is different here is the file system. If you click on the file system, the Linux file system is very different than Windows file system. But for the time being, for this particular uh, step, when you're installing the operating system, you really don't have to go and open any of these. Just close it and right click. You can go and change your desktop background. There are lots of nice backgrounds, wallpapers, which you can select and change the background of your Linux machine. So these are some of them. Just to make it a little bit more brighter than the black one, I'm just going to change it to this. And if you see on the taskbar at the bottom, you will see the date and time and all other your speaker and all those icons. But there is the network icon which is showing us a red cross mark, so we'll have to fix it. Let's edit the connection, see what's going on there. So wired connection, Ethernet. Well, everything looks good here. The only thing I have to change is on my VM machine. So VM settings. Click on that. Click on custom VMnet. To edit virtual network editor. And here I have to change this option. So change settings. Click on that. That should change it to VMNet 1, NAT connected. Apply in, okay. And now I shall go to my VM settings and connect it to VMNet 1. There you go. Click OK. Wait a bit. Let me check. Yep, so the connection is established. And we check the connection here. So our connectivity is here. That shows us a network. So to double check, just go and check your Mozilla Firefox web browser. Try connecting to any website. And here it is. And here we are. All right, so that's the connection. We are connected to internet. Our installation is all good. And further to this, how to navigate and how to work in Linux machines, we will be showing you all that in the next videos. In this video, we just wanted to show you how to install a Linux operating system in the VMware machine. And that's about it. If you have any questions, you can put in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching.